Okay, I will move to the question 1b. The first term is 2. The term to, yeah, it's practice book, page 11. Workbook or practice book, page 11. It's not on your textbook. It's the workbook, practice book, yeah. It's supposed to be practice book, but usually I call it as a workbook, page 11. For the question B, the first term is 2. The term to term rule is subtract 2. So later to get the next term, I need to subtract 2. 2 minus 2 will be 0. 0 minus 2, it will be negative 2. So the answer will be 2, 0 and negative 2. For the question C, the first term is 3 and then the term to term rule is at 5. So to get the next term, I need to plus it by 5. So it will be 3, 8, 15. 3, 8, 13. For the question D, the first term is negative 1. Term to term rule subtract 5. So later I need to write the negative 1 first. To go to the next term, I will do subtract by 5. Negative 1 minus 5, it will be equals to negative 6. Negative 6 minus 5, it will be equals to negative 11. So the first three terms are negative 1, negative 6 and negative 11. For the question E, the first term is negative 10. Term to term rule is at 20. So write the first term, which is equals to negative 10. To get the next term, we add it by 20. Negative 10 plus 20 will be 10. 10 plus 20, it will be equals to 30. That is the first three terms for the question E. For the question F, the first term is negative 100. Term to term rule is subtract 20. So I write the negative 100 first. After that I subtract with negative 20. It will be negative 120 minus 20. It will be equals to negative 140. Is there anyone who get confused so far at question 1? Before I move to the next question. Is there anyone? No? Okay. If you have no question, let us move to the question 2. Please feel free to ask me whenever you have any difficulties. Do not stay quiet. Because if you stay quiet, I will assume that all of you already understand. I don't have to explain it more. So please feel free to ask me whenever you have any question. Now for the question 2. The first term is 10. And then we have to find the sixth term. We also have the term to term rule. So we need to find the difference between the 6 and also the first. That's why I do 6 minus 1 to find the difference. 6 minus 1, it will be equals to 5. After that, I multiply it with the term to term rule given. The term to term rule is at 5, so I will multiply it by 5. After that, because I want to find the next term, so it means I have to add by the term given. The term given is the first term, so I add it by 10. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 plus 10, it will be equals to 35. Is there anyone who get confused? Or do not understand maybe? Hello, is there anyone who get confused? Or is my voice not audible enough? Hello? It's still audible enough, right? Hello, I cannot hear anyone. Okay. Okay, then if it is clear enough and audible enough, you have no question, I will move to the question 3. The first term is 5. Term to term rule is at 10. The 20 term is how many? So same, we have to find the difference between the term that we are looking for and also the given term. The given is first and the one that we are going to find is 20. So we do 20 minus 1, which is equals to 19. After that, we multiply it with the term to term rule given, which is number 10. So 19 times 10, we plus it with the original one. So the final answer will be 195 for the 20 term at question 3. Is there anyone who get confused? Is there anyone? No? Okay, no one asked me anything through the chat box, so I will assume that most of you already understand. For the question 4, we have the fifth term, we have to find the first term. So same, we have to find the difference between 5 and 1. The difference is 4. After that, we multiply it with the term-to-term rule given, which is equals to 4. So we do 4 times negative 4, which is equals to 16. And then because we have to find the earlier one, we need to do subtraction. So we do 20 minus 16, which is equals to 7. For the question 5, we have the 10th term and also we have to find the 5th term. So same, we have to find the difference between 10 and 5. The difference is 5. After that, we multiply it with the term-to-term rule given at 3. So we multiply 5 by 3. Because we want to find the earlier term, we do subtraction. The given one is 35. So 35 minus 15, it will be equals to 20. Is there anyone who get confused at question 5 and 4? Before I move to the next question. Is there anyone? No? Sure? Okay. Some of you already, oh yeah. Which one that you are still confused, James? Oh, okay. It's okay if you want to copy. Let me know if you're already done. Yeah, that's why that's why I told you it will be better if you finish all of the question first. Yesterday I told you please try to solve everything, so when today we have discussion you can check your answer, and if maybe you have a different answer and you still do not understand, you can directly ask me, teacher, I do not understand with this question or that question. It will be better if you clarify all of your doubts. So is there anyone else want to see another question or getting confused still? Is there anyone? No? Hello, before I move to the next slide, is there anything that I need to discuss it more from question 2 until question 5? Is there anything that I need to discuss it more? No? Okay, if you think you have, 10 minus 5. Why is it 10 minus 5? Because we have to find the 5th term, and then the term that is given is 10. We always find the difference between the term that we are going to find and also the term given. That's why it will be 10 minus 5, because the number 10 in here, this is the 10 for the given one. We have the 10th term, which is equals to 35. We are going to find the 5th term. So we need to find the difference between 10 and 5. So it will be 10 minus 5. After we find the difference between the term that we are going to find and also the term that is given, we need to multiply it by the term-to-term rule given. The term-to-term rule is 3, so 5 minus 3. We want to find the earlier one, so the number it has to be smaller. That's why I have to do subtraction. 35 minus 15, it will be equals to 20. Is there anyone else having any question before I move to the next question? It's okay to ask me. Yes, Regan? Oh, is my voice not audible? Hello? Hello? Is my voice not audible? Or am I having any internet trouble? Hello? Wait. Huh? Wait. Gone? Wait, let me try to connect. Hello, is it audible now? For the question 6, we already have the 10th term and we also have to find the 5th term. So same thing, we have to find the difference between the term given and also the unknown term. That's why we do 10 minus 5. Because the given is the 10th term, the one that is unknown is the 5th term. We need to multiply it by the term-to-term rule given. That's why I multiplied by 4. Because the term-to-term rule is subtract 4, it means the earlier terms, the number will be bigger. That's why I do addition in here. 5 times 4 plus 20, which is equals to 40. Is there anyone who get confused at question 6? Is there anyone? No confusion? Oh yeah, how to do it? Okay, so the basic, when you want to do it, the first thing you have to do is finding the difference between the term that is given. The terms given is 10 and then you have to find the with the term that you are going to find out. In here the 10th term and the 5th term, that's why I do 10 minus 5. I need to find the difference between the two terms, the unknown and then the given one. I need to find the difference for the position number. The 10th term, the position is 10. If 5th term, so the position number is 5. So 10 minus 5, it will be 5. After we find the difference between the position number of the two terms, we need to multiply it by the term-to-term rule given. The term-to-term rule given is 4. So I need to multiply it by 4. And then later you need to check if it is subtract by 4, if the earlier, and then I have the bigger term, the bigger position number, I need to find the smaller position number. The number have to be bigger, right? Because I do subtraction. So if I find the next term, the number will be smaller. But for the previous term, the number will be bigger. That's why we need to do addition in here. I do 5 times 5 plus 20, which is equals to 40. So the things in here you have to like read the question properly and then check if later the number will be bigger or will be smaller. So later you can decide I have to do addition or I have to do subtraction with the terms given. Because the first thing you have to do is finding the difference between the position number of the two terms given, multiply it with the term-to-term rule, and then it will be 10 minus 5. Why is it 20? It is 20 in here because the term given is 20. We have the 10th term which is equals to 20. That's why in here I write it with 20. We have to compare with the term given. The term given is the 10th term, and then I have to find the 5th term. Because this is subtraction, it means if I find the 5th term, the number will be bigger than the 10th term. Because if I do subtraction to get the next rule, the next term, it means for the next term it will be smaller. The previous term it will be bigger. That's why I do plus it by 20. The 20 I got it from the term given. Or I can go back to the previous one. For the previous one, I also do the same thing. I do plus or I do subtract with the given term. So in here, this is for the question 2. I have the first term, so the position number is 1. And then I need to find the 6th term, the position number is 6. So I do 6 minus 1. And then I multiply it with the term-to-term rule given. Term-to-term rule given is 5. So 6 minus 1, I multiply it by 5. After that, I do addition or subtraction with the previous term given. The given term is 10. The first term is 10. That's why if I want to find the next term will be bigger. Oh, that's why I need to do addition in here. 5 times 5 plus 10, which is equals to 35. Is it clear enough, Ethan, or do you still have any question? Hello? Okay, if you have no question or not clear, what do you mean by no? No question or no not understand? No question? Okay, if you have no question, I will move to the question 7. For the question 7, in here we already have the 8th term and 7th term. So from here we can find the term-to-term rule. So 7th term, the next term is the 8th term. So from here we can find the term-to-term rule. From 16 into 19, I do add 3. So the term-to-term rule will be add 3. If we are going to find the 5th term, maybe I can just use the 5th and also the 7th term. So I need to find the difference between the 7 and also the 5. That's why I do 7 minus 5. After that, I need to multiply it with the term-to-term rule. The term-to-term rule is add 3, so I multiply it by 3. Because 5th term is, if I want to find the 5th term will be smaller than the 7th term. That's why I do 16 minus 2 times 3, which is equals to 10. You can use the 8th term also, okay. If you use the 8th term, later the number in here I will use 19. Because the 8th term is equals to 19. Or maybe if it is easier for you to make list, you can just make a list. I make a list. This is for the 5th term, and then for the 6th term, for the 7th term and also the 8th term. This is the term, the position number, and then for the 8th term, the answer is 19. When it is a 7th term, the answer is 16. So it means if I want to go to the previous term, I need to subtract it by 3. So later for the 6th term, it will be equals to 13. I subtract by 3. And then to find the 5th term, I need to subtract it by 3 also. 13 minus 3, it will be equals to 10. The answer will be the same. You can pick which any method that you feel more comfortable with, that you think it is more easier, you can pick. Is there anyone who get confused at question 7? Or my voice gone again? Is there anyone who get confused? No. Yeah, same thing. The algorithm, yeah, I find the difference between the two terms that is given and then the unknown. The given, maybe I can take the 7, so 7 minus 5. 7 minus 5, I multiplied with the term to term rule given, which is number 3. After that, because it is the 5th term, the number will be smaller than 16. So it means the result later I will use it to subtract the 16. Okay, is it clear enough, or is there anyone having any question? No? Okay, if you have no question, I will move to the question 8. For the question 8, there is a table and I did not draw the table. In here, we have to find the first term, fourth term, and also the 8th term. We already have the position to term rule, so we will just replace the position number into whatever terms that we are going to find out. Because this is the position number minus 1. If I want to find the first term, so it means the position number I will replace it into 1. 1 minus 1 will be equals to 0. If it is fourth term, so the position number I will replace it into 4. If it is 8th term, so it means for the 8th term I will replace it, the position number I will replace it into number 8. So later you just do a calculation based on the term to term rule given. So for the first position, the first terms, the number it will be equals to 0. Fourth term it will be equals to 3. 8th term it will be equals to 7. Is there anyone who get confused so far? Hello? Or is my voice gone? Internet gone or something? Hello? No? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the next question. Okay. For the question 9, yeah. Use the first four term. You have to use the position to term rule to work out the first first terms. In here, we already have the position to term rule 2 times position number plus 10, and so on. In here, if we are going to find the first four term, it means we have to find the first, the second, the third, and the fourth. So if we are going to find the first, we have to replace the position number into 1. If the second, we replace the position number into 2. If third term, position number, we replace it into 3. If it is fourth term, we substitute the position number into number 4. After that, we just calculate 2 times 1 will be 2, 2 times 2 will be 4, 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 4 is 8. So the first fourth term at the question 9a, it will be 2, 4, 6, and 8. Do the same thing for the 9b. We will replace the position number into number 1, 2, 3, 4. Why number 1, 2, 3, 4? Because we have to find the first four terms. So later, in the end, we will have the first four term are 11, 12, 13, and 14. For the question 9c, we replace the position number again into 1, 2, 3, 4. So for the first term, it will be 2 times 1 plus 3. Remember the bit mass, we have to finish the multiplication before addition. So 2 times 1 is 2, 2 plus 3 is 5. So the first term will be 5. Second term, it will be 4 plus 3, which is equals to 7, and so on. So the first four term in the question 9c, it will be 5, 7, and 11, 7, 9, and 11. For the question 9d, the position number again, we will replace it into number 1, 2, 3, 4. and then multiplication comes first before the subtraction. We have to calculate based on the bit mass. We have to finish the multiplication first. So 3 times 1 will be 3, 3 minus 2 will be 1, 3 times 2 is 6, 6 minus 2 is 4, and so on. So later in here, it will be 1, 4, 7, 1, 4, 7, and 10. So is there anyone having any questions so far? Before I move to the next question, is there anyone who get confused? In here for the question 9, you just need to replace all the position number. You replace all the position number into whatever terms that you are going to find. If it is 2 times position number, so for the first term it will be 2 times 1. For the second term, yeah, 2 times 2. For the third term, yeah, 2 times 3. And then for the fourth terms, yeah, 2 times 4, and so on. So in here, the things that we have to do to find the first fourth term, it will be depend on the whatever position to term rule given. From the position to term rule given, we will just replace the position number into whatever terms that we are going to find out. In here, we are going to find the first four terms. First four term, it means the first, second, third, and fourth. If the first, yeah, we replace the position number into number 1. If the second term, yeah, we replace the position number into 2. If it is third term, yeah, we replace the position number into number 3. If it is fourth term, we replace the position number into number 4. So there is no formula in here. The formula will be depends on the whatever position to term rule given. Okay, is there anyone who get confused still? No question? Okay. If you have no question, I will move to the question 10. Use the position to term rule to work out the 10 term and also it's not always start with 1. It depends on the question. Because the previous question, it says first fourth term. The first fourth term, it will be the first, second, third, and fourth. But like the question 10, in here we have to find the 10 and also the 20. So we only replace the position number into number 10 and also number 20. We don't have to start it with 1, 2, 3, 4. It depends on the question. The question only asking for the 10 and also the 20 term. So I will just directly replace the position number into number 10 and 20. So because this is position number plus 100, to find the 10th term, it will be 10 plus 100, which is equals to 110. If it is the 20th term, so position number we replace it into 20. 20 plus 100 will be equals to 120. So the 10th term is 110. The 20th term will be equals to 120. Is there anyone having any difficulties at question 10A? Before I move to the question 10B, is there anyone? No? Okay, if you have no question, I will move to the question B. 10 times position number. So we will use this formula. The position number we will replace into number 10 and 20. Why 10 and 20? Because it is only 10 term and also the 20 term. We don't have to find the first, the second, the third, no need. Because the question only asking for the 10 and also the 20 term. So 10 times 10 will be equals to 100. It will be for the 10 term. And then 10 times 20, it will be equals to 200 for the 20 term. For the question C, 5 times position number plus 10. So same, we replace the position number into number 10 and 20. 5 times 10 is 50. 50 plus 10 will be 60. For the 20th term, it will be equals to 110. For the question D, 5 times position number minus 10. So same, we replace the position number into 10 and 20. So 5 times 10 minus 10 will be equals to 40. 5 times 20 minus 10, it will be equals to 90. So the 10 term will be 40. The 20 term, it will be 90. Is there anyone having question? Or maybe I talk too fast? No? Okay. For sure, no question for the others? Okay, if no question, I will move to the question 11. Please feel free to ask me whenever you have any question. Do not stay quiet. I will not get mad if you ask me so many questions. So please don't be afraid to ask me a lot of a question. Because if you do not ask me any question, it will be more confusing for me. I cannot check if you already understand or you are still confused with my explanation. So please feel free to ask me any question. For the question 11, we have the third term, we have the eighth term. The third term is equals to 13, the eighth term is equals to 38. And then we also have four sequences: sequence A, sequence B, sequence C, and sequence D. We have to check which sequence that is matching to the question, with sequence that having the third term is equals to 13, with sequence that the eighth term will be equals to 38. To solve this question, we have to do trial and error. So we have to check it from the term sequence A, sequence B, sequence C, and sequence D until we find the perfect answer. Like the sequence A, the position to term rule is position number plus 10. So we replace the position number into number 3. Why is it 3? Because the given one is the third term. So we check for the third term, 3 plus 10 is equals to 13. The question said that the third term is 13, so it means for the third term it is correct. Now the other one for the eighth term. Why eighth term? Because the question says it is eighth term. So for the 8 plus 10 it will be equals to 18. But the question say that the answer is not 18. So it means for the sequence A it is a wrong sequence. So I will move to the next sequence. For the sequence B, I need to check for the third term. The third term 4 times position number plus 1. 4 times 3 plus 1 is equals to 13. The third term is correct. But when I check the eighth term, the answer is not equals to 38. So it's not a term B. I move to the sequence C. 5 times position number minus 2. The third term, it will be 5 times 3 minus 2, which is equals to 13, matching. For the eighth term, it will be 5 times 8 minus 2, which is equals to 38. All of them are matching, so it means we already find the answer. The answer is C. Because the question only correct one, so the answer will not be 2. We no need to try the sequence D because we already find the answer at sequence C. Is there anyone have any difficulties or getting confused? What is all the sequence? The sequence, the rule, it will be you don't have to find all of the sequence, like you have to find the first term, second term, third term, fourth term. No need, because we just want to check if the sequence is correct or not. We just directly can substitute the position number into whatever term that is already given. The term given are the third term and also the eighth term. So it means we don't have to find the complete sequence. For the sequence A, if you want to find it, yeah, you have to find the first until the eighth term to make it a sequence. We do not guess. We check it one by one. So like I need to find the third term. At the sequence A, the third term, the answer is 13. It's matching to the question. Okay, maybe the answer is sequence A. But when I check the eighth term, the answer in here is only 18. But the question told us that the eighth term is equals to 38. So it means the sequence A is not a correct sequence. I can move to the sequence B. I do trial and error. I check for the third term and eighth term again. The third term is correct. So maybe this one is the correct sequence. But when I check the eighth term, no, the eighth term is not equals to 38. So the sequence B is not the sequence that we are going to find. Yeah, we have to try one by one. We do from this type of the question, we will have the position to term rule. Position to term rule is term is equals to position number plus 10, or term is equals to 4 times position number plus 1, and so on. When we have the position to term rule, we can find the sequence by ourselves. How do we find the sequence? By replacing the position number into any into whatever term that you want to find out. If you want to find in order, you want to find the first, second, third, fourth until 8, yeah, you have to replace the position number into number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and so on. We do not make our own sequence. We follow the rule given to make sequence. Is it clear enough? Or is there anyone having any question? Hello? No. For sure? Okay, if you have no question, I will move to the next exercise on your practice book, page 12. We are going to discuss finding rules for the sequence. So for this one, we already have the rule. We need to find the sequence. For the next question, we have the sequence. We need to find the rule. So it will be depend on the type of the question. So it will be vary. It doesn't always have to find the sequence, or the sequence is always given. It depends on the question. Sometimes the sequence is given, we have to find the rule, or sometimes the rule is given, we have to find the sequence. It's varied, depend on the question. So now I will continue the discussion for the question 1. For the question 1, in here we have to find, I did not type all the question properly. I just type the answer. So for each sequence, we have to write down the term to term rule. We have to write the sequence of number in a table. After that, we have to find the position to term rule. And then the fourth thing that we have to do, we have to check if our rule is working for the first 3 terms. So we have to find the term to term rule first. To find the term to term rule, you have to check from the first term into the second term, what do you do, how the number change, and so on. So for the first term into the second term, the difference is add 3. 6 into 9 we have to add by 3, 9 into 12 we have to add by 3. That's why the term to term rule is add 3. When we already have the term to term rule, we can make the table. The table in here, it will be having the terms, multiple of the term to term rule, and also the difference. So it's not always multiple of 3. It can be multiple of 5. It can be multiple of 7. It depends on the term to term rule given. Because the term to term rule is add 3, in here we have to find the multiple of 3. The term is from the sequence given. The terms in here are 3, 6, 9, and 12. So I wrote 3, 6, 9, 12. And then when we find multiple of 3, we try 3 times 1 will be equals to 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. And then we have to find the difference. 3 minus 3 is 0. 6 minus 6 is 0. 9 minus 9 is 0. 12 minus 12 is 0. So later, for the position to term rule, the position number we always multiply it with the term to term rule given. The term to term rule is add 3. That's why the position number we will multiply it by 3. After that, we supposed to add it by the difference. Since the difference in here are 0, we don't have to write it as 3 times position number plus 0. We don't have to write it like that. We just can write it as 3 times position number. And then for the fourth things that we have to do for its later, we have to check if the position to term rule is working or not. So let us check. To check the first 3 terms, so we need to replace the position number into number 1, 2, and 3. Because first 3 terms, it means the first, the second, and also the third. So 3 times 1 is 3. It's correct. Same with the question given. 3 times 2 is 6. It's also correct. 3 times 3 is 9. It's also correct. So it means our position to term rule is already correct. Is there anyone having questions so far? Or getting confused before I move to the question B? Is there anyone? No question? Okay. If you have no question, from the chat box, I don't see anyone ask me any question. And none of you is unmuting yourself. So I will continue to the question B. For the question B, same, we have to find the term to term rule. So find the difference from 3 into 5. It will be add 2. 5 to 7 also add 2. 7 into 9 also add 2. So later, when we make the table, we have the term multiple of 2, sorry, and also the difference. The terms are 3, 7, 9, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Multiple of 2, 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 2 times 3, 2 times 6. To find the difference, 3 minus 2 is 1, 5 minus 4 is 1, 7 minus 6 is 1, 9 minus 8 is 1. So for the position to term rule, later the position number, we will multiply it with the term to term rule given, which is 2. So it will be 2 times position number plus with the difference. The difference is 1, so we do plus it by 1. Is there anyone having questions so far? Before I move to the letter C, is there anyone having any question? No question for sure? No one text me anything through the chat box? None of you is unmuting yourself. Is my voice audible enough still? Hello? Audible enough, right? Okay. I will continue to the question C. For the question C, same. We have to find the term to term rule still. So 3 into 9 is add 6. 9 into 15 add 6. 15 into 21 add 6. Because it is add 6, so later on the table we have to find multiple of 6. And then when we already have the multiple of 6, we have to make the table using the term multiple of any number given. So the terms are 3, 9, 15, 21. Multiple of 6 are 6, 12, 18, 24. And then we need to find the difference. 3 minus 6 is negative 3, 9 minus 12 is negative 3, 15 minus 18 will be negative 3, 21 minus 24 it will be negative 3. So all the difference is negative 3. The position number we always multiply the term to term rule given. So 6 times position number and then we add it with the difference that is given. The difference is negative 3. And then when we check, we need to check it by replacing the position number into number 1, 2, 3 because we have to check for the first 3 terms. 6 times 1 minus 3, the answer is 3, matching. And then 6 times 2 minus 3 will be equals to 9, matching also. 6 times 3 minus 3 is equals to 15, it's also matching. So it means the position to term rule is already correct. Is there anyone having any question? Is there anyone having any question? Hello? No? Okay. If no one have no question, I think that's all for today's class. At home, please try to complete the workbook from chapter 2 so tomorrow we can directly discuss it together. I think that's all for today's class. Good morning and thank you, students.
Morning and thank you, teacher.
Yeah, bye-bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you.